Cadillac is about to sell a $300,000 car. But can it really pull it off? Pebble Beach Car Week has come and gone. This year's festivities marked my 12th in a row, and the world's biggest automobile bash gala jubilee felt more lively and comprehensive than ever. I went as a guest of Cadillac, which was celebrating the brand's 120th birthday. Caddy showed off its Project GTP Hypercar, a stealth fighter-esque concept that previews the upcoming third-generation prototype race car that will eventually contest the 2024 Le Mans 24 Hours. But the belle of Cadillac's current ball remains the Celestiq, the upcoming hand-built electric supersedan. How big a deal is this thing? GM CEO Mary Barra was at the Celestiq reveal party. I saw her with my own two eyes as I stuffed my mo with caviar-covered tater tots. Fat and salt plus fat and salt is delicious, who knew? Before the beef Wellington and lobster were served, I got a long hard look at the Celestiq and asked a whole mess of questions. Not to be one who bites the hand that feeds me foie gras, but I have some concerns.Can Cadillac Really Sell $300K cars. First, though, it's important to consider whether the Cadillac brand is strong enough to support a $300,000 car. My take: absolutely, yes. Even more so than Maybach, I feel Cadillac could compete on equal footing with Bentley and Rolls-Royce should GM ever choose to fully embrace that route. Yes, the Celestiq is being built to go toe-to-toe against both British brands' upcoming EV entrants. And in more ways than either Bentley or Rolls will ever publicly admit, the Escalade is a true competitor to both the Bentayga and Cullinan. I'll always remember former head of Rolls-Royce design Giles Taylor telling me the Cullinan had to be made much larger after American Rolls-Royce owners were shown a proposal and said something to the effect of, "You call that an SUV? I have an Escalade at the ranch that's 3 times as big." Obviously, the Celestiq's success is not a fait accompli. Everything can still go wrong. But for whatever reason, and aside from all the standard of the world sloganeering, Americans simply have a soft spot in our hearts for great Cadillacs. But the XT4? No. It's a bad little thing. Our buyer's guide is ranked 15th in its segment. 15th. Cadillac needs to make sure this sort of product is dead and buried by the time the Celestiq, pronounced Celestiq, not Celestiq, shows up in 2024. And, hey, as a sign of good faith to those you're asking to plonk down 3 big bills, why not kill the XT4 now? But they sell, I can hear someone all the way in Michigan saying back to me. As Dan Amman, GM's former CFO, said when Cadillac briefly moved to New York City, it's easy to look out your window in Detroit and think Cadillacs of success. A rising tide lifts all ships, while anchors do the opposite. If Cadillac wants the Celestiq to succeed, it is shed the dead weight. It needs to be truly special and bespoke. I raised the following several times at the Celestiq party. I've been to crew. I've met the woman who takes 13 hours to hand-stitch every single Bentley steering wheel. And if a Bentley owner hasn't also been to crew and met her, they've seen the video. I've also met the guy at Goodwood who hand-paints every single pinstripe on every single Rolls-Royce. Do you have them? Have you hired these people? I was not thrilled with the answers. I heard that, no, there's no one in-house right now to do those things on the production vehicle, but members of the design team are capable. Narrator's voice: no one on the design team will be doing anything like that on production Celestiqs. I kept pressing and heard a worse answer: the plan is to let items like this be handled by suppliers. Who? Johnson Controls. That's simply not an acceptable answer. I'm not being snobbish for the sake of being snobbish. People who spent $300,000 on an automobile do so because they want to. It's an unneeded, wholly unnecessary luxury. You can't outsource the little things. You have to sweat them, which is why Bentley has a guy named Clive, or something similarly British, and his chisel handling the wood. To be fair to Cadillac, and seeing as how I received several different, uncoordinated answers, I don't think the brand has all the answers just yet. The car is still 2 years away from production. Everyone I spoke with did explain how the level of customization and individual personification will be tops in the industry. Have a guitar string that means something to you? Cadillac will incorporate it into the interior. Same goes for the guitar itself or Granny's dentures, whatever you desire. As one of those Americans with a soft spot in my heart for great Cadillacs, I want nothing more than for GM to get the Celestiq right. But you must at least rise to the level of